Why not? I mean, he's right. Why should Salah look anywhere else? I think all this talk of him being distracted is a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was sort of coinciding with certain passages of time where his form was a little bit off, which was very limited, by the way. I mean, look, it's difficult to forecast. I mean, I kind of, without being overly negative, to look into the hearts and minds of players, but it's a bit like that video spoof on social media where the player comes out and says, I love this club, I want to stay here forever, and I'll stay forever as long as I get precisely what I want, or I'm off. Right? There's a little bit of that there. But by the same token, it's up to Liverpool to match any expectation this player may have economically within the confines of their club. They have him. He's within the confines of their environment. There's nowhere at this moment in time, besides Liverpool's decreasing form. What you'll get is the narrative being run that if we start seeing a new contract being put in front of Mo Salah, then it'll be about Liverpool's ambition.
Yeah.
It'll steer into the narrative of Henry Winter's article about the FSG not backing Klopp, and players won't want to stay at clubs. He doesn't say this, but this is me tacking this on. Players won't want to sign for a club that's not exhibiting the right amount of ambition. I always find that a little bit troublesome, because the player's job is to play, and the owner's job and the manager's job is to manage and own. So I always find that a challenging one, but that just might be the ex-owner.
I agree. As long as the club matches my ambition. I've never heard such rubbish in my life.
I mean, that is the power balance that's there, and perhaps we have to accept it. But look, you can never tell what a player will and won't do. But Liverpool at this moment in time are going for a little bit of a bumpy ride, as often do sides that win the league, and the following season the expectations are that they're going to retain it, and on the whole they don't. Look, he's a very good player. You know, other people's gain has been Chelsea's loss, I suspect, when Chelsea had him in their camp but didn't see it. A lot of people wouldn't have seen Mo Salah doing what he's done for Liverpool, because he's not done it to that level anywhere else. He hasn't had that run of games, but his performances at Liverpool have been off the charts by comparison to what he's done previously. Yeah. So Liverpool has been the perfect environment for Mo Salah, and Mo Salah has been perfect for Liverpool. And that is a marriage that may well stay that way. Obviously, you're getting to a point in his career now where he's probably at his optimum now.
Yes.
So what do you do? The economic value of him, if you sign him on a 5-year contract, has no resale value. So all you're doing, you're saying this player, his value to us is what he produces on the pitch, irrespective of what may happen at the back end of his contract when we've got no return on him. That's a trade-off.
Extremely articulate guy, Dejan Lovren. Enjoyed chatting to him this morning.
Yep.
They could do with him, Simon. I mean, obviously, at a time like this, of course they could. But they've got to.
I'm not so sure.
Cut the cloth.
It's easy to look back. Harry Hindsight's the greatest trader in town. Lovren, to me, was a player that really didn't get that many opportunities at Liverpool over 6 years, 7 years, playing 130 games. Tells you that he wasn't a regular feature. Also, I kind of remember in my mind's eye that he was a sort of player that always had a rick in him. And of course now, with the extreme circumstances Liverpool find themselves in, with the loss of Gomez, loss of Matip, loss of Virgil van Dijk, the selling of Lovren doesn't look right. But Lovren wouldn't have wanted to be there, because he would have been fortunate this season, because he wouldn't have been a bit part player, would he?
Sure.
But in his own mind, he was a bit part player, and that's why he's gone. For 10 million quid. 10 million quid doesn't buy you much of a centre-half in this day and age, does it? Because you can't buy the guy out of Napoli, who's the same age as Lovren, for less than 50, 60 million quid. That tells you where Lovren is.
Yeah, exactly.